afternoon, everyone. 1441. President Duterte Rodriguez. Right, so President Rodriguez Duterte going to Murcia yesterday. Got a really bad skin rash. Don't know if it's due to the dirt and the dust and etc. So I've had a fever. Right, President Duterte. And before I start, I'm probably going to knock my videos down to one video a week, maybe a couple of shorts, and concentrate on other things. Right, due to no monetization. Right, guys, President Duterte. Right, so I can remember President Duterte coming to power. But what's brought President Duterte up? Because he's now retired. And I actually going to Murcia yesterday, and I heard, I think it's a dog, I heard it was on about President Duterte. Well, they were interviewing President Duterte, and President Duterte, the ex-president, he was given an interview, and they were asking war crimes, war on drugs. Right, so a lot of you might not know President Duterte. The killing fields of Asia. This was the killing fields of Asia, the Philippines. Right, so what happened was, when President Duterte came into power, and I think President Duterte was a governor before, he was a solicitor, then he became a governor, then he became president. And, you know, by the sounds on it, you know, a lot of killings, a lot of murders, vigilante stuff. But, you know, what happened, the world was actually watching President Duterte, and the world was watching the Philippines, me included. You know, watching everyone. You know, I'd go to YouTube and I'd watch all the killings in Manila, all the islands in the Philippines. There were murders, all down to drugs, shabu, methamphetamine. Right, so what happened was, President Duterte decided he wanted to stop all this bad drug dealing, all the bad drugs. He wanted to stop his people dying. You know, he wanted to rid society of bad drugs. And that was the plan. And a lot of people were getting shot and killed and murdered. There was assassins. Right, and President Duterte, so that was President Duterte's aim, to stop the drugs, because, you know, he was sick of his people dying and he wanted to stop it all. So what happened was, you know, you'd go onto YouTube, then you'd see 5 or 6 people, they'd all be dead on the street. And then you'd go back onto YouTube an hour later and there'd be more killings, especially in Manila. So, you know, that's what President Duterte was trying to stop. And, you know, a lot of people feared President Duterte. A lot of people actually gave themselves up. A lot of drug dealers gave themselves up, went to prison because they feared the bang. Right, and, you know, a lot of people actually, jealous neighbours. Now, you got people who had sorry stores, they were doing well in the sorry store, they were doing very well in business, and then you got the jealous neighbour, and the jealous neighbour would report them to the police and say they were drug dealers, shabu, meth, crystal meth, methamphetamine. Right, so crystal meth, really bad drug here, shit drug. And I mean, a very, very bad, you know, the people raping kids, people raping babies. You know, there were people raping 4-month-old babies, killing babies on meth. Wow, it was sick. So it was really crazy. So President Duterte wanted to stop this, right? And I were actually the same, you know. I thought it wasn't stopping. So I could see what President Duterte wanted to do. He wanted to stop all the killings, all the bad drugs. And where was I? So you'd get someone, you know, and they'd actually inform on the neighbour. And the neighbour wasn't a drug dealer. The neighbour was just a person working hard. But the jealous neighbour report the neighbour and said, you know, he's dealing shabu. Because they were jealous of the neighbour having a nice, you know, a nice house, a nice car. And they were doing well in the money department. So that's what happened. That's what was the problem as well. Got a lot of jealousy. And a lot of people got murdered, you know, and a lot of innocent people got killed. But what President Duterte said was, you know, there will be complications in war. You know, in this drug war, innocent people will get killed. You know, that's war. And I was actually listening to some of these guys, you know, they've been after President Duterte for a long time, you know, and they wanted to bring President Duterte to justice. You know, justice as, you know, they said what he was doing was all wrong. But, you know, I mean, you're here in the Philippines and it's crazy. People are dying, people are going out, people are getting raped, people are go out, you know, just normal working people go out at night, they get raped, they get killed, they get shot, all because of drugs, right? So, what are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to stop it, right? You know, an eye for an eye, that's what I believe, an eye for an eye, right? You know, so President Duterte had a good reign at it. And now they're actually after President Duterte. And President Duterte was surrounded by Class A, and I mean Class A barristers, solicitors. So he's got the best solicitors around him in the interview, which rightly so. You know, he's trying to clean the country up. You know, and it's okay everyone saying, oh, this, that. You know, he had an hard job. My thought on it, President Duterte, he had a very, very hard job. He had a lot on his plate. Right, so, just watching, looks like they're on with the rice. We've had no rain. So that's one of the things with President Duterte. Now what they're saying is, well, I'll be careful here because I want to make sure, you know, I've got this correct and not wrong. When President Duterte before was a governor, what they're saying is, I don't know if there's allegations saying that President Duterte could have been some type of vigilante. And they found a bone fragment. And I was listening to the radio, but we had to go to Mercia. They found a bone fragment, and this was in a shooting range, right? They were asking President Duterte about this bone fragment in this shooting range. Well, I'll put 2 and 2 together, and hopefully I'll make 4. So maybe this shooting range, things happen there, I don't know. Right, so, you know, I did hear President Duterte and what President Duterte said. He can't remember a lot of the things, you know, but why ask him now? He were running a country, he were trying to stop drugs, he were trying to stop his people from dying, right? And ever guess what? Now President Duterte's gone out of power, the drugs are back. And I heard saw a comment on Facebook, and this were about 5-6 months ago. I'll not say the full comment, but what the comment said, now President Duterte has gone, the drugs are back. Well, see, what it was with President Duterte, he didn't have long enough. right? He did not have long enough to. His reign wasn't long enough to stop the drugs. And I can remember him saying something on the lines of, there's too many of them. You know, there's just too many of them. And that's what it is. There's too many. And he didn't have long enough to stop it. But it's all back. So here in the Philippines, it's all back. So according to form. So that's my little chat about President Duterte. And I can remember many years ago, the videos are still on YouTube, guys. You know, and that's what were happening. You know, President, you know, President Duterte had an hard job. And that's what were happening. People were getting killed and murdered. You know, there were 8 squads, there were people. I don't know who the killers were. You'll have to work that one out. You know, so there were lots of people getting killed, murdered. And by the sounds of it now, they're interviewing President Duterte about when he was in power. So, you know, he's 75 years old now, President Duterte. But he had a very hard job. And, you know, he was trying to stop the drugs that were killing all his people. And, you know, that's about, there's a lot to it. And I'm sure it's a very interesting topic. And I followed President Duterte before he got elected. Can remember President Duterte getting elected, because I watched it on YouTube a good few years back. And, you know, that's President Duterte. So, you see, I can actually see where he's coming from. You know, he's wanting to stop. He's wanting to stop all the murders, the killings. And it's the same now today. It's all back. It's not safe in the cities. So, that's the Philippines. Right. So, guys, hopefully everything works out fine. And, you know, like I said, hopefully everything turns out fine. Right, so I'm not making many videos anymore. I might do one a week. Maybe one a week. Might do a few shorts a week. I don't know. I'm going to get a big rest because I'm not getting paid for it. Can't sort my monetization out. So I'll give it a rest. But I'll still go on other platforms because I need to try and get some sort of payment. But just to keep the channel alive, I'll actually be on YouTube at least once a week. So I hope everyone's fine and doing well. So President Duterte under investigation. So, like I said, you know, I can remember all this, a lot of murders, a lot of killings, and a lot of people. What was really bad about the drug war, right, here in the Philippines, lots of people getting slaughtered, killed, murdered. But what was so bad about it, casualties of war were innocent people. And that's what was so bad about President Duterte's war on drugs. You know, a lot of people actually backed President Duterte. That's what was so bad about it. Innocent people actually getting killed. And like it said, wars have casualties. Innocent people get murdered. Innocent people get killed. Whatever, you know, that's how the cookie crumbles. Right, guys, I'm actually going to meet a friend. He's coming from Manila. He's actually a lady boy, so I'm going to go and meet him, say hello to him. And hopefully, like I said, I've not been very good for the last week or so. Thing is, I don't really eat like I eat in England. Don't get the vitamins, I don't get the protein, the vitamins, the nutrition I normally get in England. And that's because I've got low budget as well, or no budget. So thanks for all the support. Well, for the few that do support, and thanks for the comments. And hopefully, like I said, you know, sooner or later, I can actually get back to England. So that's about it, guys. Have a lovely day. Take care. God bless. Now, if there's another video that goes on the end of this video, don't know if there is, I'll decide. But, you know, if you hear the same thing, you know, I'm not actually doing videos like I normally do them. I just do one a week to keep the channel alive. And simple as that, really. Hopefully I can manage to do something different. But till I get back to England, I'm really stoked. So that's what I'll have to try and aim to do, get back to England. Right. Hopefully everyone's having a lovely day. Take care, God bless. I'm starting to rabbit on, but that's President Duterte. War on drugs. It's all back. And don't know what you guys in the Philippines think, but I actually think an eye for an eye. And I actually think, you know, all the bad drug dealers and all the not so good people, you know, that's causing death all the time. It needs to be stopped, but this is the Philippines. Have a great day. Take care. God bless. Looks like the dogs don't really bother the ducks, and it looks like the ducks just invite themselves into your garden. Now you're going to have to go back out, ladies and gentlemen, because I know you'll be in the vegetable garden and you'll be eating what you're not allowed to eat. So that's the ducks. Right guys, there's no music as far as I can hear, so I'll have a little chat. And the little chat is, I won't be doing many videos, I'll only be doing one video a week. But I will actually be still on different platforms. So reason is monetization. Till I get my monetization sorted out, I am actually... Anyway, Gloria, I'm sure you'll enjoy these ducks. They need some rain by the looks of it. So, till I get my monetization actually sorted out, you know, I'm not actually going to be doing a lot of YouTube videos. I'll be doing shorts and I'll be live on different platforms. Right, simple as that really. So, we're lucky to catch these ducks this afternoon. It's about knocking on 5 o'clock now. So, waggling away. So that's it. Probably not doing a lot of videos because of monetization. And I will actually try and send YouTube. I will actually try and send YouTube a message. Well, I can easily send them a message thinking about it. Whether they actually... Just a moment.